Alright guys, back with the next part of Hitman 3, and yeah, let's continue investigating. Bedroom, middle floor of the mansion opposite the graveyard. Yeah, it'd be easy if this could just be mapped. Let's see, maybe we can just go through each room. Gardener. Ground floor. Maybe it's on the ground floor. Let's see, what is this? Staff toilet. Wrench.
Such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick.
Kitchen.
No good's gonna come of it.
Over here. Who is this? Feel like it's one of the children. Are you kidding me? He's too busy for the bloody investigation. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. What exactly did we find? Speech. It's not busy now.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect...
3 more people to question.
him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Did you notice anything
Just
else?
ask him everything, right?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Okay, suspect 1. What am I looking for? Just a painting? Okay. Is it on the inside?
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed.
That was a bit
Everyone
with the
can
camera.
attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
No.
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Okay. It's another alibi. And this picture, where do I take this bloody picture? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? No idea. This perhaps? Yeah, no idea. On to the next person. Or staff.
You are way too close to me and you're really freaking me out. Can you just leave me, please?
Leave you with, you need to talk.
You look tanned. I bet Mother spent the last week at her
seems to be a
Cyprus
prime
estate.
suspect
Am I
as well.
right?
I'm not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Oh, come on. I need to know what's going on. This affects me too, you know.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he
Better do
act
the full
strange
questioning,
last
you know.
night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
Interesting. Don't make me go that far out, man. This is a huge manor. We got nearly all the suspects, I think. We're missing Gregory. Need to locate him now.
Patrick talking to Madame Carlyle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make sure she
Why
didn't
is
see
there a
you give the
question
other one
mark?
to the butler.
Oh, of course.
Where do I find the case file? Oh, Patrick.
So, how long have you been working here?
About a month.
Come on, stop
You're
asking me
American.
this.
What on earth are you doing in this shithole? A girl like you belongs in clubs in London. I bet you're a great dancer.
I don't like dancing.
What about restaurants then? You like food? I know some great
You can stop
places.
talking,
You
I
should come
can, like,
visit, I'll take you somewhere really
move
nice.
on.
Spend a few bucks. A girl like you deserves that.
I don't know.
Finally.
Patrick Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get...
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Interesting.
Mr. Patrick, can I do anything for you?
Yes, actually. Could you speed up time?
What more can I do? How do I find the bloody case file? I do want to solve this mystery. So many rooms in this manor as well. Let's see.
You must have been in some incredibly dangerous situation, right?
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room.
How exactly do I get into this room? Okay.
I bet he's stringing all the girls along like that anyway.
I can easily get a security guard costume at any point. Can you find this Gregory? I bet he's like in the garden or something.
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
Let's see, what am I looking for? Go one floor up, I guess.
Looking good today, sir.
Sorry, sir, I'm sorry. This is a restricted area. Yeah, keep going. Glad I made it clear to you.
Okay. Upstairs is restricted, I can't get into that room. And where the hell can I question the rest of these guys? I need to find this. Okay, I'm out. I need to find Gregory. Where do I find Gregory?
Listen, Gregory. Something's off. Pruitt got word his motion was rejected. We all signed the bloody
down
thing
there.
4 days ago.
Oh dear.
How did I not see him?
This again. I received the vault token for the Milton Fitzpatrick London Bank. Did I understand correctly?
Imagine if I went full war here, man. Oh, that would be tough.
I want her to have the file on our message when we die.
We're not fearful she will be in trouble, she knows.
Gregory Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? The only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
The full info, you know.
I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Now I've got all suspects questioned. Except for him, obviously. Let's see, there's one back room here. All the way in the back. I have to check out. What's the way though? One hella complicated place.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Coming along inside. Is everything ready for tomorrow?
I can't deal with all this pretend funeral.
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
Okay, yeah, let's see, maybe we have to just go to the garden or some shit.
Why waste away in front of the books when he can play like that? That easy. He plays the strings.
Let's go check out what's happening here.
Can you just stand up, please? Hey, she's single, Rebecca, right?
Maybe I should ask her out. Get to know her in a personal way.
I'd really appreciate it if you left.
I don't believe for a second that Zachary committed suicide. We'd only just run through his plan for the spring seedlings yesterday.
Yes, sure. But he was upset.
How do I get a
believing
key? I
his
need to get
sister
a
was
key.
dead.
I'd say worried about how things would be handled with Gregory and Emma. You know, I bet that every say Emma was sure Emma
This is a very interesting mission. Maybe I'll split it up into 2 parts. What can I do? Question suspects and search interest location. Alright guys, so yeah, that's the end of this episode as well. Continue our investigation and looking around in the next one. See you there.